Number 1, it says to graph the inequality. We have 7 is greater than x. In order to graph this, we got to move the x on the left and the 7 on the right in order to see which direction the arrow is going. So when you put the x on the left, you got to switch the direction of the inequality, which will make it point to the left. So that means our inequality is going to be going to the left. So let's look at all our graphs. Okay, so going to the left would either be B, D, or F. It's not going to be B because here it starts at 6 where our number here is 7. So that means either D and F. There is no line under the inequality, so it has to be an open circle. So that means it has to be F. And F is our answer for number 1. Number 2, you are determining whether each number is a solution of the inequality below. So let's take a closer look at that. So what we're going to need to do is substitute each of these numbers in for x to see if they're a solution or not. Starting with the first one, is -1 a solution? Substitute in -1. 5 times -1 is -5. -5 plus 2 is -3. So now it has -3 is less than -2. And that is true, so yes, -1 is a solution. For B, is 3 a solution? We got to substitute that in for x. So we have 5 times 3 plus 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. This says 17 is less than -2. That is a no. 17 is not less than -2, so 3 is not a solution. Now, is 2 a solution? Substitute 2 in for x. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So it's saying, is 12 less than -2? And that is also a no for number 2. So A is a yes. B is a no. And C is a no. And that's number 2. Number 4, graph the inequality. So we start at -6. Line under it is a closed circle, and we're going to the right. So that would be C. Starting at -6, closed circle, going to the right. So number 4 is going to be C. 5, we're doing the reverse. So we're given the graph, and we're looking for the inequality. So we're starting at 1, and we're going to the right. And we see it's a closed circle, so that means that has to be an equal to inequality. So that means it has to be either A or C. It's going to the right, so the inequality that's pointing towards the right is going to be A. So the answer is going to be A for number 5. Number 8, we're solving the inequality and graphing. So let's take a closer look at it. So to solve this, we first have to move this 2 away from the end. To do that, we subtract 2 from both sides. So we have 5 over 2 minus 2. Write the 2 as 2 over 1, as integers could be written as a number over top 1. Now we make common denominators, so we can make this 2 by multiplying top and bottom by 2. So that will become 4 over 2. Now subtract the numerator, so 5 minus 4 is 1. So 1 over 2 is less than or equal to n. But now the n has to be on the left. So put the n on the left, 1/2 on the right, and switch the direction of the inequality. So the answer is going to be n is greater than or equal to 1/2. So let's type that in and graph it. So drop down, greater than or equal to, and 1/2. And that's the answer for number 8. Graphing it, we would start at 1/2, and we're going to the right, closed circle. So here we're going to the right, but 1/2 is between 0 and 1, not 4 and 5, so the answer would be A for the graph. And that's number 8. 13, we're solving and graphing this inequality. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is rewrite -2 over 5m as -2m over 5. I can rewrite it this way. Now what I'm going to do from there is cross the 5 out, I bring it to the other side and multiply it to negative 2. I rewrite negative 2m on the left, and on the right I'll have negative 2 times 5, which is negative 10. So I have negative 2m is greater than or equal to negative 10. Now I divide both sides by negative 2. When I divide by a negative number, I switch the direction of the inequality, so it'll be m is less than or equal to 5, which is what negative 10 divided by negative 2 is. So let's type this in and graph it. So I'll choose less than or equal to and 5. Graphing it, I'm starting at 5 and it's pointing toward the left. So that means either A or D. Since there is a line under it, it will be a closed circle, so it can't be A. So the answer would be D for the graph. That's number 13. 17, we are solving the inequality. So let's take a closer look at it. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute this negative 3. So I'll get negative 3x minus 15 plus 8x is less than negative 10. Now I combine my like terms of negative 3x and 8x, and I get 5x minus 15 is less than negative 10. Add 15 to both sides, I'll get 5x is less than 5. Then I divide both sides by 5, and I'll get x is less than 1 as my answer. So that's the answer for number 17. Number 19 is to solve and graph the inequality. So let's take a look at it. The first thing we're going to do is distribute the 4 on the right of the inequality. So distributing the 4, I get 4x minus 4. So now I have 4x minus 4 on both sides. Let's subtract 4x from both sides. I'll get negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 4. Now that is a true statement. Negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 4. It's equal to it. So that means my solution is going to be all real numbers. Now let's go back and look at my choices and see what a graph of that would look like. I'm going to choose B, all real numbers. And my graph of all real numbers is going to be F because it shows every single point being the solution. And that's what all real numbers means. So that's number 19.